When I get to the part where it's tricky, then I'll talk about it. Oh, I've already done that, didn't I? Okay, so should be still enemies. Okay, it's... Okay, gotta get rid of these clowns. Okay, good. Good. Okay, any more? Oh, yeah, one more. Okay. 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 Thankfully, I didn't need to worry about fighting. Alright, so... back to the base.
You have returned. You have the prototype Swoop engine accelerator with you?
I wouldn't be back if I hadn't.
I was beginning to wonder if you would make it. The race is tomorrow, and my mechanics need time to install the prototype into the Swoop engine of our bike.
Alright.
Don't worry. I'm a man of my word. I promised you could ride in the Swoop race under the Hidden Beck banner, and I'm still going to let you do that. And I'm even going to go one better. I'm going to let you ride the Swoop bike with the prototype accelerator installed on it. Without it, you won't stand a chance.
Gadden, you can't be serious. We need one of our best riders on that bike. We can't let some rookie take the prototype engine into the race.
Okay, what's your angle?
I have to be honest with you. There's a reason I'm letting you take the prototype engine. The accelerator is unstable. There's a good chance it could explode during the race. I can't ask one of my own riders to take the risk. They'll be running unmodified swoops in the race. You'll be the only one using the prototype. If you can complete the track before the accelerator overheats, then you'll win for the Becks. If you die, then one of my other riders could still come through for me.
Okay, so it looks like everything is gone like that. Of course, if I die, I fail on my mission, so I can't risk dying. Okay.
You don't get to be leader of a swoop gang if you don't know how to work all the angles.
Okay.
You can stay here tonight. The mechanics need time to install the accelerator on the engine, so you won't be able to practice your riding. But I've got good instincts, and you have the look of a racer about you. Just try to relax, and in the morning we'll take you to the swoop track.
So I have no chance to try a little swooping before the race. Wonderful. But still can win it. Okay, let's just get the information.
Ivan Revut, Ustakel Chief, Bundasta Shelfa, Ustakel Chief. Here, Father Gurisa to the Andevat.
Okay, that's the information.
Ora, Unitus Blackfan Gelfa, Orisidan Gelfa, Inogan Gelfa, Colodus Ivan Revut, Ustakel Chief, Ustakel Chief, Bundasta Shelfa, Papuelta, Where Bundas, Linda Rusta, Colodus Ivan Revut, Ikel Irimo, Tenfusi Boravan, Colodus Ivan Revut, Papuelta, Ora, Elmo Tunfusi Nipirongan, Ikelfa.
Okay, now we have
Ora, Unitus Blackfan Gelfa, Orisidan Gelfa, Inogan Gelfa, Colodus Ivan Revut, Ustakel Chief, Ustakel Chief, Bundasta Shelfa, Papuelta, Where Bundas, Linda Rusta, Colodus Ivan Revut, Ikel Irimo, Tenfusi Boravan, she offered to, she enjoyed it out, and Rashi good, and she began Gorupia, when now for the Tufta,
okay. So there's two ways to win this race. The usually oh, I forgot to film it. Okay, the usual one that's the widely suggested is win your first race slightly under the time posted, and then win a second time all out, because the next time to beat will be slightly under yours. There's an easier way though. Let's
Pamuli Slemo, Podawanga, Kunbes Mulira Rabes, Tiska du Sukiguba, Nabona Nagachu, Tuinkotu, Topada Bunqualia Gandonago Chuchut, Kabachi, Kuita Hodonga, Yalamo Inkatun, Giloba Mulirani Bobo, Wabukubes Kakang, Bamarulira.
Right, let's find out what the time is to beat it.
Kuyami Juskuna Chitanai, Ina Kun Mamarulira Rachikun, Slimo Padona, Mundi Hodonga Chihonkabi.
Right, so it's 38.43 seconds. Alright, let's race one of our heats. Well, I'm going to waste the first two just to show you how I managed to win last time. Okay, let's just... Okay, so... hit these, not them. Okay. 1, 4, 5. Okay, so this one will be a loss. Okay. There'll be a slight disappointment because we failed to get the winning time.
Tuntutla vandigo delfa, oisidan delfa vaninogan delfa. Kolo tuf ivan revut, papuelta, tuoda. Elmo tunfusi ni pirongan i delfa, venlau forti tufta. She endured it out, and Rashi good. She offered to.
Well, it's possible. Okay, second race.
나보다 니은 기스막 도마. 우바바두 거지. 동농봉정 융연. 동파독스막 델야.
Same deal. Do not win this race. Now let's start. Two, 4. Let's get to the end of the race. Okay, so second race down. Now,
She offered to. She endured it out, and Rashi good. And she behind Gorupia. Venlau forti tufta. Ufta shelfa. Ufta
Russell, hit the accelerator rate and switch gears after.
Tuntutla vandigo delfa, oisidan delfa vaninogan delfa. She affade rurisa tufideandevat, ventundas.
That is exactly what I'm planning to do. Right, let's make a little manual save. Right, okay.
나보다 니은 기스막 도마. 와나쿤 베스 징파마 루리라. 톡 징방 논켓. 톡 닝자 무리라 라베스.
Yep.
우바바두 거지. 동농봉정 융연. 동파독스막 델야.
This is the last race. If you do it exactly like this, you have to beat the top time once. Oopsie. Right, beat the time. You can really cut loose at this point. Because unlike
She endured it out, and Rashi good. And she behind Gorupia. Venlau forti tufta. Tuftadan delfa, oisidan delfa. Tuntutla vandigo delfa, oisidan delfa vaninogan delfa.
우바바두 거지. 동농봉정 융연. 동파독스막 델야. 구야미 주스쿠나 직드나이. 이나쿤 마마룰리라 라지쿤. 슬리모파도나. Undi haldonga chihonkabi. Tiska du sukikuba na bona na gachu. Abduinkotu. Toka da bunkwalya gandonago chuchut. Kabachi kuita haldonga. Yalamo inka pung. Jiloba mulira ni bobo. Wago best the gang. Mama mulira. Yatuka uwan kinkuna ba mulira. Rachikun. Mucha shakpampa.
People, hear me! Before I present the so-called champion of the Becks with their prize, there is something you must know. The winning rider cheated.
Right, this is the part where it's tricky, as I was saying. Given the fact that you went alone to race, you're on your own. So you have to be very careful because at a very low level, you can die.
Your Swoop bike was using a prototype accelerator. Clearly an unfair advantage. Because of this hidden Beck treachery, I'm withdrawing the Vulca's share of the victory prize.
Jawana bota ayuata honga chakanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topa da bungwalia gando do nado chut chut. Musha papampa, bola wana chitne. Bamuli slemo, boda wanga kun bes mulira rabes.
You old fool. Your traditions are nothing to me. I am the wave of the future. If I want to withdraw the prize and sell this woman on the slave market myself, nobody can stop me.
I might have something to say about that, Brejik.
It would be nice if we suddenly had her as...
Impossible. You were restrained by a neural disruptor. How could you have possibly summoned the will to free yourself?
You suck!
Underestimate the strength of a Jedi's mind, Brejik. A mistake you won't live to regret.
Vulcus, to me! Kill this woman! Kill the Swoop Rider! Kill them all!
Okay. Now I have to worry about this guy because he can do this. Okay. Go away, go away, go away! Damn it, I have to keep running because he's... Okay. Okay, so far so good. He's not keeping up with me and he's been beaten up. Oh. He's still... Oh boy. Damn it, one. There we go. That was really annoying. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I can grab. Just in case I'm sliding over that spot again. Yeah, that's the big problem with that guy. He always loves to...
Well, maybe those bloody Vulcans will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize... Wait, I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these swoop gangs? Well, we don't have time for it now. We have to get out of here before the Sith show up to sort out this mess. Is there somewhere safe we can go?
Yep.
Save me. Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race? Well, as far as rescues go, this is a pretty poor example. In case you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that I saved you. Brejik and his Vulcans would have left you for dead if I hadn't stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess.
Well, the only problem, the only real difficulty was Brejik himself. Decided he wanted to keep chasing me. But thankfully it was melee combat only, so... Yeah.
I may have been a prisoner, but a Jedi is never helpless. Maybe you've heard of a little thing called the Force? But I suppose I shouldn't be too hard on you. You did try to save me after all, even if it didn't go quite as planned. So let's get down to business. We're not out of danger yet. If I'm going to figure out a way for us to get off this planet, I need to know what kind of resources we can draw on. First, are we the only two survivors left from the Ender Spire?
Nope.
Carthanasi is alive. Finally, some good news. Karth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I misjudged you. Karth wouldn't have sent you if he wasn't confident in your abilities. Forgive me. Despite my Jedi training, I still tend to act a bit rashly sometimes. Please, take me to Karth right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here.
Did you just pause before you said abilities? Whoa. That one again.
You cannot win, Revan.
So exactly where did this battle take place?
Bastila, you're alive.
Yep.
Finally, things are looking up. Now we just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taurus yet? What have you been doing all this time?
Looking for you, remember?
I see. Now that I'm back in charge of this mission, perhaps we can start doing things properly. Hopefully our escape from Taurus will go more smoothly than when you rescued me from Brejik.
I know you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Karth. I am a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here, I'm sure.
Your talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at least listen to the advice of those who have seen more combat than she ever will.
Okay, that's enough.
Yes, you're right, of course. I apologize, Karth. This has been a difficult time for me. Of course, I'm happy to listen to your advice. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge. We all need to work together if we want to get off this rock. The answer is out there, we just have to find it.
Well said, Karth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Vulkars, and I don't plan on being captured by the Sith.
Well, that's good for you.
I think we'll need some help getting off Terrace. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you. A vision? A vision of what? This is strange. Such visions are often a sign of Force sensitivity.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm not sure. It may be that you have some connection to the Force. It would not be unheard of. When we first met, your natural talent may have fed off my own Force abilities. It is possible that in the excitement of the battle's aftermath, the Force allowed you to witness one of my more intense memories.
Okay.
The Force is complicated. Even I, with all my training, cannot fully understand it yet. This is a matter best left to the wise masters of the Jedi Council. Once we escape Terrace, we can seek the guidance of the Council if you wish. They will understand the significance of your vision, if there is any. However, I think it would be best if we all stayed focused on the task at hand right now. We can't afford any distractions. We need to find a way off Terrace.
Okay. Right, so... Let's not do the workbench yet. Actually, no. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything new we can... Oh, I can't do the dark sabers yet. Oh, okay. Let's boost that more. Okay, so I can't do any armor. Okay. Okay, that's that done. Okay, let's. Okay, so Bastila Shan, Carfanesi.
Kin kun no ba muli rachin kun. Tongai tun kun ching. Ni boboji mata ni punaje. Dolpi kiknyunyan.
I think you must have been confused with someone else. I was never there.
Tunirana no prata dunk no searcha doma wama kun bestoma. Nishakji lorchakin kun no bamuli raji kun. Rundi haudonga kuhungabi. Wana kumbes. Chink palamul tong kimba na kongkik. Tung ting tachun kun nek muli rabest. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ay taudonga tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampongpa bolawan na chikni. Bamulislik mo poda na wanga kun bist muli rabest. Tong ay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang ninkotu. Tulbada bonk walya gando danago chuchut. Kachi chu ay taudonga. Yumalit ka inkotun. Chilo mulera de nebobo. Nunca kun biskang. Bamulara.
Okay.
Shagjikin lorcha wata uma. Kavavul pamulji gumana. King kun shachi king. Ni king kun no bamulira jikun. Wama kun bes. Chimpalamuji. Tunira no prata dunko sercha domandoma.
Well, the good news is the hard part is over. Okay, let's. Okay, Carfanassi. Only has 1 point. Put it there. Feet. That okay. Now let's little Bastila attributes. Sword. Skills and powers. That okay. Next. Alright, so okay. Skills. Powers again. Fates. Improved to weapon fighting. Alright, yeah. Powers, okay. Okay, so now we've got our first healing character. That's good. Alright. Let's take care of our inventory. Yeah. Sell. See, sell both of these. All those, not useless. Not selling that. Okay, where are? Okay, that's okay. So let's see what we got. Okay. Bands pieces. Okay. There we go. I hope that's perfect. Okay. Now, thanks to getting our team more together, we can now have a realistic expectation of leaving Taris without levelling up. Boy, project was annoying.
Yes, what's on your mind? I guess I did say you could ask me questions later, didn't I? Is this really necessary? No, I don't have a problem with it, really. Go ahead and interrogate me. All my secrets are purely of the mundane variety, unfortunately. Nothing worth extracting, though. You're welcome to try. Let me ask you something first, though. I've been going through the battle aboard the Endar Spire over and over in my head since we crashed. Some things just don't add up for me. Maybe you could tell me what happened, from your perspective.
Well, everything happened, then I woke up.
Neither was I, to tell the truth. I was on board as an advisor for the most part. The battle began so fast it's anyone's guess as to what actually happened. We lost the ship and a lot of good people. What? I hoped the Jedi powers would save us somehow. Not that Bastila had much of an opportunity to act. We didn't choose that battle anyway. It got forced on us. Hell, I'm just as surprised that any of us are alive to talk about it. Come to think of it, it's more than a little surprising that you happen to be here, isn't it? I mean, just what is your position with the Republic fleet anyway?
Well, the background I chose was smuggler.
A smuggler? I should have guessed. Isn't it odd, however, that a smuggler who was added to the crew at the last minute just happens to be alive?
Wait, I was added last minute?
You were the only one. Not to mention that Bastila's party was the one who requested your transfer.